So right when you're starting out on the app, it will kind of run you through the challenges so you know how to use the wand, and it's trying to introduce you to coding. So the way that the coding works on here, it's in blocks, so it makes a little more sense than JavaScript, but you can eventually kind of get into the nitty-gritty of coding the further along you get. So right when you're starting out, it'll just show you how to use it right off the bat. So we're going to tap Next Challenge up here. And our very first challenge is to learn how the coding wand works. You'll also note with your wand there is a wrist strap, so if you're concerned about the wand flying out of your hand, you might want to put this on. So I'm going to do that right now, and then you're ready to go. So we're going to press Start. And here again, we're going to follow the on-screen prompts. So to center your coding wand, just to make sure it's working properly with the app, point it at the middle of the screen and press the button, which is that diamond-shaped button on the handle. And now when we wave our wand, it should move on the screen. So we're going to tap Next. And I'm going to knock the objects off the shelf just so I know how to work my coding wand. And then it'll prompt you to go to the next challenge. The way that the Kano coding app works is that you can win different challenges and different outfits for your avatar. So your participants might want to customize this, and that's totally fine as well. And they get unlocked the further along you go in the challenges. So to keep going through the challenges to learn how coding works, you're going to tap Next Challenge, and I'll just show you this one to show you what the coding looks like on the screen once you start doing the actual challenges. Okay, so now we're going to go through what a typical challenge on the Coding Wand app looks like. So every challenge will guide you through with this little box here, and you have to move code into the middle of the screen. A little yellow beacon will appear to show you what to do next, which is telling me to do right now. Before you get started, you might get this reminder here in the corner that says to recenter your coding wand. So that just means you need to point it at the middle of the screen and press the button so that it knows exactly where your wand is supposed to be. So we're just going to set that down for a second. So I'm going to tap Next. So right now it wants us to pick up this block here and move it into the middle of our screen here, where we're going to build our code. And then it wants us to grab this block and connect these two here. It'll kind of prompt you. So essentially this block is telling us that when the wand moves up, something's going to happen. And this here tells us what we want to happen. So we're going to change our object, which is the owl, to this color here, which is orange. So we're going to tap Next, and let's give this spell a try here. There we go. It's just like magic. And if you want to see this a little bit bigger, we can tap on this little arrow here. So I'm going to try a different color just to show you. Let's try blue. So let's make this bigger with this little arrow here. And there. So it's kind of like using magic when you do coding with your wand. And remember, if you need to recenter it, press the button and it'll be back in the center of the screen. It'll prompt you at the end of a new challenge to go to the next challenge, so we can tap on that here. And it will show you where you need to go. Any challenge that you've already completed will have a green check mark, so I've got one here, that's what we just did. And anything that you still need to complete will be this orange star here. So this will be our next challenge. Some other things you might want to note on the app, there is a couple of different sections at the top here. So this one in challenges, that's where we do all of our practicing and learning. Explore shows you different creations that people have made and submitted online, so there's different ones that you can try out if you want to. My Creations shows you everything that you have done, so every time you do one of the challenges, it will save what you've done, and you can see the different blocks of code that you've placed. Play lets you essentially just play around with different games and different coding methods with different challenges related to Harry Potter. Create is where you can essentially do a free play, kind of create your own code. So once you're more familiar with how the blocks of code work, you can drag and drop your own code blocks in here and build whatever you like. That might be further down the road if you're just starting out, but this is a good way to kind of practice using code once you're more familiar with it. If you want to go back to the challenges, just press challenges up here. And in this top corner here, you have your avatar, so you can see what you've made, your medals that you earn every time you do a challenge, those kinds of things. You'll note up here there's a green circle. This tells you if your wand is connected. If your wand is disconnected, it'll be red and there should be a notification here. Make sure when you're finished that you log out so that the next person can use this and start from scratch.